These pruners are so dull that they can't even cut grass. But in less than 5 minutes, I can make them look and act like new again. Let's head into my workshop and I'll show you how I clean and sharpen my hand pruners in under 5 minutes. Hey guys, it's Anna from Bright Lane Gardens, and today we are doing a very fast tutorial on sharpening hand pruners. Hand pruners are something that are classically left outside. They're left in a dingy barn or a garage. It's super common to see a little bit of rust on these, and they will dull year after year. Instead of buying a new pair the following year, you can easily sharpen these guys and get them up to peak performance just like the day you bought them. There are just a handful of items that we're going to need to get started today, and most of these you probably have laying around your house. Household cleaner, a degreaser cleaner is even better, especially if you're working with any sort of sap heavy woods that is getting on your tools. We are going to use a little bit of WD-40 or any other household oil that you have, a toothbrush or a Brillo scrub pad to scrub down your tools, a little bit of water, just something to rinse off, and if you do have any rust on your blades, you'll want a little bit of steel wool to get that off. Getting started, I have two fairly rough looking pruners here in front of me. This guy here was clearly left outside. You can see there's quite a bit of rust on this one. This one here is more just sticky. I think I use him on a lot of my trees, so there's definitely a little bit of gunk going on in the mechanism in the middle here that I want to get cleaned up, and in general, this is just a really dull tool. Our very first step is just going to be to clean both of these. So we're just going to spray some of that household cleaner directly on the blade. I definitely love using a toothbrush for this. I think it makes it a lot easier to clean, especially around some of these joints here. And we're really just gonna give it a good clean. Now, of course, this is not going to eliminate the rust that's on this blade. I'm looking more to get rid of some of that dirt and sap. Once you've cleaned off your blades, your bowl of water is going to come into play. I'm really just gonna swish this around, make sure I'm getting all the cleaner off of these blades, and I'll go ahead and give them a nice wipe on the towel to dry them off as much as possible. This guy really doesn't have too much rust on him. I'm still gonna give him a couple swipes with the steel wool here. There's just a couple areas that I'd like to eliminate. Now this one, of course, does have some pretty extensive rust on it. So hopefully this is a really fine steel wool, so I am hoping that this will get most of this rust off. And it looks like that's cleaning it up just fine. And as you can see, that really did the trick. He's looking way better already. Okay, now for the main part of the show. This is my little sharpener, and these are available pretty much anywhere. I will link this one down below. Literally less than $10. It's got a little carbide tip on it, and basically this is just the tool that you're gonna scrape against your blade to get a nice sharp edge on that blade. So looking at our pruners here, we have one dull side. This side right here has a slight bevel to it, but it's very, very slight, and I can actually run my finger along it without cutting it. This is actually your flat edge that helps to support the bypass pruners. This is your cutting edge here. So this is going to be the edge that we're sharpening today. Taking your nice little lightweight tool here, we're only going to need to rub this along this beveled edge here 4 to 5 times. It's really not an extensive process. This is a nice heavy duty tool that's going to do a great job sharpening this beveled edge. So holding onto your pruners in one hand, take your tool, put your pointer finger on the top of it, and we're just gonna scrape this down and away from us along this beveled edge. Try to follow the angle of your beveled edge as much as possible. On the other side, this is relatively flat and doesn't have the same bevel, but we do want to make sure we're eliminating any burrs that could be on this side. So I'm just going to do this twice. And finally, along this flat edge here, you can go ahead and run your tool along it once or twice, and that's primarily just to make sure that we're eliminating any rough spots or any burrs. And just like that, our tool is nice and sharp. Moving on to our other one, this guy did not have as much rust damage as my other pruners. However, this was the more dull of the two. And as I look closer at him, I can actually see some burrs right along this edge here. So I'm gonna smooth those right out. So we'll go 4 to 5 times with our tool. Flip it over, we'll do 1 to 2 times on this side. And last, we're gonna hit our flat edge 1 to 2 times. All right, these guys are already looking and feeling much better, but we do have one final step we're going to take, and that's going to be to oil up our freshly sharpened blades. This is just WD-40. If you do have a generic oil around your house, feel free to use it. This is really just to protect some of the edges that we've just created. Before you rub it in, make sure you're spraying that on the joints, which is going to be right here and right here on both sides. And you're gonna wanna go ahead and clamp them a couple times just to make sure you're really working that oil in there. From there, take a rag and you're just gonna smooth that oil out. Keep in mind that your blade should hopefully be nice and sharp now, so just be careful as you're running your rag along the sharp end of your tool. And just like that, my tools look brand new again. Of course, looking brand new is one thing and acting brand new is a totally different thing. So let's go out and put them to the test. That's a much better haircut. That's all I had for my quick tutorial today. If you have any questions for me on my process for cleaning or managing any of my garden tools, please leave them in the comment section below. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to tune in with us today, and I sure hope to catch you next time. Bye-bye.